see all the guys that we have highlighted today, a lot of us have grown up with each other, from kids to being in the club scene and to doing a lot of different things. So to see everyone here and being the type of fathers that they are, and also to see them doing the things they're doing within the community, whether it's owning businesses, being in entertainment, or just being in philanthropy, like, it's just amazing to see, man. So I really want to thank every man that's in here, every father that's in here as well. Yeah, there we go. Round of applause. So if you don't know, my name is Brad Edwards. I'm the community organizer here at Dear Fathers. And myself, I'm a father too. I have a 3-year-old daughter and a 1.5-year-old son. So pray for me. I need it. But Dear Fathers is special to me because I came into this organization when my daughter was on her way. So literally, the guys within our Dear Fathers community has helped me become the father that I am. Without the guys, some of the guys that are in this room, some of the conversations that we've had within the community of Dear Fathers, I wouldn't really know what I'm doing. Not that I really know what I'm doing anyway, but I'm a better father because of the men that take the time to share their stories, that take the time to pour into another young black father and really care. So talk about sharing. Just earlier, one of my brothers shared with me something that he had shared with another dad in here, and he got some advice that he's going to take home and use based on that. So as black men, it's important for us to share. And I know that's something that we're really not taught to do, but it's something that's so important. We have to share our experiences, because you never know what the next man is going through, has been through, or, you know what I'm saying, has conquered, and how that can help you in your journey through your fatherhood, just being in your journey through life as well. So I implore every man in here to talk to a person that you've never met, talk to another man in here that you've never met, and just introduce yourself, share what your fatherhood journey has been, and you never know what you guys can pull from one another. We'd like to thank all the black women that are in the room. Like, you guys are amazing. And even though this is Father's Day weekend, I got to thank you guys for being you and supporting us the way you do. So, with no further ado, we're going to get this program started. We're highlighting 15 amazing fathers today, and I'm going to bring up our host, Mr. Nitty Gritty.
So obviously they invited me to be the host, so I'm gonna be the host for tonight. I'll be bringing up 15 amazing fathers, as y'all heard him say. And I'm a father of 2. I have 2 beautiful daughters, one that's 3 that'll be 4 next in like 10 days. And I have a 1-year-old that'll be 2 in October. So, I mean, one thing about fatherhood for me, it was kind of bittersweet. So I'm gonna share my story a little bit. So in 2018, we found out that we was pregnant, and also in 2018, I got indicted by the feds. So in December 12th of 2018, I got picked up by the feds. I was incarcerated. My better half, she was about 15 weeks, and I didn't have a bond, so I didn't come back home until my daughter was 19 months. So along that way, I had a book. I was following along with the pregnancy. I stayed in tune with everything. Prior to my incarceration, I never missed a doctor visit. So it was a beautiful thing, just to kind of see a seed be, developing and things like that. And then I came home, and I don't want to move too fast, but while I was away, she kept me up to date. A lot of pictures, a lot of, the whole process. I stayed up on the process. So I was really parenting away from home. In my mind, I was like, yo, I'm away overseas. So I had to kind of process that differently. And so it took a while. When I came home, I was just trying to figure out, how do I get her to know me? Because when I left, I didn't have any children. When I came home, now she's 19 months. So I had to kind of pour into her and get her to get comfortable with me, because, she really didn't know who I was, but she seen pictures, so she knew who I was. But and then God blessed us to have another daughter as soon as I came home. That was his work. That wasn't mine. That was his work. So round of applause for God, his work, because, So the whole objective was like, yo, I missed that entire journey of, the pregnancy. And it was just like, I got to share that experience, being home. So fast forward, I've been home 2 years now. I get off probation in 10 days. So we got a lot to celebrate. So, it means a lot for Brad to, to welcome me to be the host. and share this moment with other fathers on Father's Day weekend. And shout out to Rob Hughes, a big brother, big sister. And, I definitely want to take this time to, shout out our sponsors, our partners, Big Brother, Big Sister, Alma Deluxe Magazine, Mental Health of America, Eastern Missouri, Soapbox STL, Black Man Build, Dope Dad, STL Run Crew, and Man Up Global. So shout out to our partners. Give a round of applause to our partners. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the program. I'm going to call some dads up, just kind of talk about what does fatherhood mean to you, or an impactful story, whether it's something that's, personal with you and your children, or maybe it's your dad or your uncle or your stepfather or whoever that's been significant in your life from that fatherhood role. So try not to be too long-winded. We got enough time for at least 2 minutes for you to talk when you come up. So, we're going to go ahead and get the program started. And with no further ado, I definitely met this brother not too long ago. I have a radio show on 100.3 The Beat. It's called The Fix STL, and we had him on the show. The first guest that, the first dad that we want to bring up is Michael Brown Sr. So could you come up?
Know my story. A lot of people know my story, but I have 8 other children that are amazing. Every day is different with them. It's definitely not an easy task, right? But I got some beautiful kids, man, that keep me pushing. 2014 was a bad time for me, losing Mike Brown Jr. And just to have the support from my family and my other children to keep me grounded and to love on me and show me that they appreciate me as far as being a father is just very amazing, Thank
you. Give it up for Michael Brown Sr. Hold on, my bad. So, Brad, when y'all come up, Brad is going to hand everybody a certificate, and he's going to take a picture with everyone. So our next dad that we want to highlight, he's also a radio personality. Let's welcome D Smooth. Smooth.
Actually, man, T, can I see my phone real quick, man? See, Nitty, I got the email, so I read. We got 2 minutes, man, so I wrote something down a little bit, man. Thank y'all so much for this honor, man. It's an amazing feature, and thank you, Nitty. Thank you, dear fathers. Brad, man, to all the fathers in the room, I want to shout out to y'all first and foremost, man. Before, I have to acknowledge, man, that I was a son before I was a father. So I have to acknowledge my dad. I know he's not here, but he's not here with me present, but I have to acknowledge his presence because he showed me the ways of how to be a father, and he showed me some things that I didn't want to implicate in my fatherhood, right? So I had to make sure I spoke to him about him. What does fatherhood mean to me, man? I came up with 6 words. It's sacrifice, responsibility, moments, guidance, leadership, and example. And the sacrifice, man, is the biggest part to me because I make a sacrifice every day to make sure that I'm living my best life, because the impression that my daughter sees of me, of any man, that's the first man that she's going to love. I'm a girl dad, and so is Nitty, man. And so the first impression that young girl sees is of love is me. And I make sure I walk in that example. I make sure I walk in that light, and I make sure I spread love, and she knows how to feel love from a man. So that's my story, man, and I want to thank y'all so much. Thank you, Nitty. Appreciate you.
And, we definitely want to just, for those who heard Dear Fathers, and, we just want to talk about Dear Fathers is a premier media platform for Black fatherhood. And this is where fathers is able to have conversations with one another. Y'all heard Brad say, have a conversation with a guy that you never met. Maybe you can share your story. Maybe he can share his story, and y'all can bond over fatherhood. So let's not miss the opportunity once we get through the program to kind of network and just figure out how we can build together. Tim Macon from CEO Global Contractors. Am I saying that right? All right, Tim Macon, my brother.
Man, yeah, I don't got a speech. I don't usually do all the talking, but all the fathers out there, hey, stay strong, man. It's hard out here. Don't give up. It's no blueprint. Man, just keep doing it. I have 3 beautiful kids, children right there, Mariah, Mila, and Timothy Jr., man. I don't really have a story. I appreciate the opportunity, Jesse, I went to high school with. It's an honor to be here. My mother, you did a great job. I appreciate you. You paved the way and taught me what to do and what not to do as a parent. I appreciate you. That's it.
So we're going to keep the program rolling. I don't want to be too long-winded. There's someone that I also know, a photographer. He actually did some photography for my family when I was away. He did my daughter first birthday shoot. If y'all don't know him, get to know him. He's an excellent photographer. My man, Alan B., come on down.
For any of you who don't know me, I'm Alan B. I own a company by the name of AG Photography here in St. Louis. We also do it in Nashville as well. When I think about fatherhood, I had like 7 uncles. I had 2 stepdads and my real dad. So I definitely know the importance of a man or a male being in your life. To me, when I think about fatherhood, I always think about love, responsibility, being a provider and a protector. Those are the things that come to mind ASAP. And also, I just want to say to all the guys that are getting a certificate today, congratulations, somebody nominated you, so they thought you was a great guy. And also to all the other fathers, happy Father's Day.
The next father that we're going to be bringing up is also a friend of mine. And if I come across a name of somebody who I don't know, I'm going to make sure that we connect. But the next person that I want to bring up, he a dear friend of mine. I've been knowing him for about 15 years, and I know that fatherhood means a lot to him. Young Dip, boy. So Young Dip is the founder of the 314 Day Foundation. Everybody know about 314 Day. This is the founder of 314 Day. He been a big brother. He been a mentor to me. Y'all know him from the radio personality and all of that, but now we honor him as a father, a black dad, so love.
Do I get to sit in the seat? I can sit in the seat? Nah. How y'all doing today, man? Y'all good? Y'all good? So when Reese hit me up about this, man, like, anybody that followed my journey as far as radio, anything like that, like when Stink was born, like that was my whole thing, right? I had on the airwaves with me, everything. Like being a father is important, especially growing up in a foster home, man. Like I always took fatherhood important, right? So one of the things, man, I'm just excited, man, to see other brothers in the building, man, that's really, standing up for fatherhood, bro. And like one thing that I learned, man, it's not an answer booklet to this, right? Like we gotta lean on each other to, get tips or whatever it is, like because this thing is for us fatherhood, man. Ain't no joke, especially if you're a girl dad. Anybody got girl dads in the building? Like, come on now. Like, I got a 16-year-old. The world different, life different, So it's a lot that we got to deal with nowadays, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to as far as all the sponsors, their fathers, man. Reach this dope. Let's keep it going, and we'll get it in, bro. But I'm just excited, man. Anybody that's here, man, like, let's bounce, whatever off each other, parenting tips or whatever it is, man. That's what I'm here for. I ain't a perfect father. We all trying to figure out what's going on, as far as when it comes to raising these kids. So I'm with it, bro. So let's enjoy ourselves, man. I appreciate the invite. Nitty, proud of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And let's get it in, though. But I appreciate everybody being there, for real. Felt like a director for a minute.
Next, I want to honor the CEO of Dope Dad, Joshua Johnson. Come on down, my brother.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been standing in the back, so I couldn't really hear everything everybody was saying. So I'm gonna just talk a little bit about fatherhood, right, and what it means to me. How y'all doing? My name's Joshua. I'm the CEO of an organization called Dope Dad, all things fatherhood, similar to our brothers over at Dear Fathers. Appreciate this opportunity. If any of y'all ever seen me, I have an 8-year-old daughter named Corey. That's my life. She's 8 going on 16. If there's any parents in the room with daughters, you probably understand what I mean by that. One thing I always like to talk about for fatherhood is the fear that I had associated with fatherhood. So again, my daughter's 8, so 8.5 years ago when I found out I was expecting, I was freaking out. Like, I was terrified. And if any new dads in the room, I'm sure you can attest to that. But I was terrified because I didn't know, I never saw the rule book. I never saw how I was supposed to do this, what I was supposed to do. And I never was gonna shy away from it, but I was, again, just frightened. But one thing I realized is that I had a lot of fathers around me who I looked up to. It's a lot of people in this room, a lot of people who are being nominated for different things tonight, who actually inspire me in different ways. And one thing I like to tell people is, hey, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes you figure it out as you're going along. So just being present is a huge help. You figure it out as you go along. Make sure your child knows that you love them. I make sure my daughter knows I love her every single day. I show it in my actions. I say it in my words, things like that. So for all the dads that's out there, new dads, if you're just figuring it out, if you're getting it together, if you think you got it, remember that we are a community. We are a network of dads. So if you got it together, help another dad. If you don't got it together, reach out to somebody else. There's plenty of resources available. There's a lot of resources in this room. Utilize them. Love your kid. Be great. I love my baby. Thank y'all.
Dope Dad, Joshua Johnson. All right, we're gonna keep the program rolling. Obviously, it's been a beautiful thing to see these fathers come down and get these certificates. Shout out to their fathers for making this happen. And I want to honor another friend of mine who's a former NFL player. He's also the founder of the LM39 Foundation. Y'all probably know him. My brother Lawrence Maroney. Come on down, bro. Her start off, he said I ain't do his introduction right, so we going. Hold on, let me Google his stats real quick. Y'all probably know him from the New England Patriots. They went 17-0. Y'all probably, he went to Norman, he represent. You know what I'm saying? He went to Minnesota. He got a lot of records in the record books. Former NFL player. Founder of the LM39 Foundation, focusing on mental health awareness for black athletes and black men.
Thank you.
Anything else? Did I forget anything?
No, that's good. That was great.
All right, my brother Lawrence Maroney.
Nitty, appreciate the love. Appreciate the opportunity to get up here and talk to you. Appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to y'all. Fatherhood, to me, means setting examples. For me, I think it was the greatest thing that ever could have happened to me besides getting drafted. I love my 3 kids. It's a headache every day dealing with them, especially the youngest. You know the youngest always a terrorist. But just giving them the tools to succeed in this world, especially the things that we're going through today. I'm grateful to be able to be in the house with my kids, to be able to raise them and see them grow every day. I love them to death. I ain't got much to say, but I appreciate y'all for letting me get up here and say this. Thank you.
This brother that's about to come up, he's ran marathons, half marathons, a whole bunch of things. He liked to run. I was in shape like him. We go back 15, 20 years as well. He's the founder of STL Run Crew. My brother Ricky Rock.
What up, man? I'm Ricky Rock. I ain't gonna be here too long. I do want to say, people say that black dads are not present, they're not around. Well, this shows that that's cap. Okay, and statistically, that is cap. Black fathers are present. Being a father changed my life. Shout out to all the fathers who, whether you got an award or not, that does not solidify who you are as a father, as a parent, as a husband, as a provider, a protector. Being a father changed my life. It's important for me to be an example of the good, the bad. Let them see me cry, the ups and downs. But one thing he did mention the run piece. I will say running changed my life because it provided an outlet for my mind. I was depressed, having anxiety, and running changed my life. It helped me be able to wake up every day and just be a better person. So my note to you is find something that lights you up. It ain't got to be running. It could be walking. It could be writing. It could be reading a book. It could be being an entrepreneur. Find something that lights you up because you do have to find a balance and a harmony to be able to show up and be the best father and husband you can be. So shout out to Dear Fathers because this is special. I don't know too many organizations that could bring fathers out for a vibe. That's major, right? Round of applause real quick for Dear Fathers real quick. It's a big. Thank you, Nitty. Me and Nitty do go back like 20 years, though. My brother love you, man. I love y'all.
I sound like he just almost took my job, man. Slow down. You sound good up here. You wanna take a break? And speaking of building together, this next brother, I don't have his full bio, but I know that he's been making moves in the city for a long time. The founder of Black Man Build, Corey Black. Come down, bro.
I ain't got no NFL stats. And I'm not the founder of Black Men Build, but I am on a board of the originators that created Black Men Build. And one of the, St. Louis, one of the first hubs that we built as far as when I started the organization in 2020. And it's been growing across the whole nation. Shout out to any brothers that's down with the nines. Peace to the nines, love to the nines, power to the nines. I would say about being fathers, Smooth hit it on the head as far as making sacrifices. If you just a man in general, like the men in my life, my brothers, my uncles, my cousins, the pastors at Dinkins, the teachers, the nurses, the doctors, like any brother I saw in passing that had a jewel for me, I tucked it in and kept it so I can give it to my daughter. I always knew I was gonna end up probably having a daughter one day because my mother had pretty much all boys and one girl. And it just was the omen that we always gonna have girls and no boys. So I was preparing myself to be as good as a father as I could be. And my mother used to give me Father's Day cards before I even had a child. So I used to take that as growing up as an outlook of how I should be bringing her into the world. So me getting out the Marines in 2007 and not really knowing what to do with my life when the recession hit and everything, and I didn't even know how to really be in the world as a civilian coming up out the military, leaving a war. And I was just like, I'm just gonna write some poetry and see what I can do with this poetry. And I remember telling my wife at the time, I'm about to pursue this life as a poet and see where it gets me. And for the past 15 years, I've been doing poetry full time as an artist. And my daughter probably the best poem I've ever written. So yeah.
Hey yo, so we gonna extend this for an extra couple minutes. We gonna give you an extra couple minutes. We want to hear one of them good poems, man. It's only right.
It's for my daughter. It was 9:15 on a Saturday morning. Your uncle had his wedding day. On the same day that you was born, you came out 5 pounds, 15 ounces, dripping wet, looking me right in my eyes like, am I him? Been him since then. Still him right now. Gonna be him tomorrow. Couldn't wait till you called me dad. Didn't know how much love I had. Didn't see it till I looked you in the eyes and saw my own truth flying back at me, staring back at me, glaring back at me, letting me know I was him, letting me know that they was them, letting me know that every man that ever crossed my path let me know what I needed to do to be you, to be you, to be blue, to be true. Trying to walk in steps I ain't never had placed before me just to create a path for you. Ain't that what fathers do?
Corey Black, my guy. Hey, yo, we gonna keep it going, man. We got a musical artist coming up. He's also a black dad. Give it up for Strings EMB. Strings, what up, dog?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all go by the name of Strings EMB. First off, dear father, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody in this room. So, I mean, really to be able to come together and just bring all this love for the fathers, we appreciate it 100%. Being a father is everything that I'm about. Actually, I'm late to this because I just came from my son's basketball tournament. I had to Uber here while they're there. As soon as I get off this mic, I'm about to go back to watch his next game. So really, being a father is everything that I am. I'm a musical artist, like he stated. I got into it because I fell very, very deep into depression. So it was just all about, my daughter was just born. I have a 9-year-old daughter, 11-year-old son. My daughter was just born, so there was a lot of beauty around me, but still, in all, I couldn't see it. So I started singing. Singing gave me that light and gave me that ability to breathe. But my children, they were always the strength of me. They were always my core, and they will always be. Like he said, none of us, I mean, these awards are awesome, but we don't need these to show us our true value. Black men, white men, whatever. If y'all are in y'all children's life, keep doing that because they appreciate it. Even if they don't show it right now, they appreciate you. I appreciate you. Again, I love y'all. Yeah.
That's Strings EMB. Yo, we gonna keep it going. We got another artist coming up. He's been making a lot of waves in St. Louis. Give it up for Mastermind.
How y'all feeling? Oh, wow. I'm a rapper, so when I talk on the mic, it gets really loud. First and foremost, this energy right here that's in the room, that energy is the energy of Father. Whether the Father was there, whether the Father was present, whether we've been present to those actions. This is our moment right now to really pay attention, man. Like, we doing something really special to acknowledge. And for me, I just wanted to come over here and talk about, like, feeling. Like, actually, like, physically feeling what is happening in your life. Feeling the rage inside of you. Feeling the depression inside you. Feeling the blissful happiness. And really learning how to articulate what you need to do to get there. Because as the men, as the father, we are that example. And that sacrifice is true. But we also want to show that example of really, like, filling up our cup first so we can truly show up as that father and pour all of these cups that don't stop needing us. So, like, that's something I really want to just give us that reminder on, is like really feeling those moments, because I got a 4-year-old son, and the first thing he gonna do is tell me, is like, hey, yo, I'm upset. I don't like that you did X, Y, and Z. And oftentimes for us as fathers, we got that thing where we'll take it. We take the emotions from all of those around us. But remember, we need to feel so we can process, so we don't get stuck in a cycle of them emotions. So shout out to all of the fathers in the building. Shout out to all of the people who've been impacted by our fathers and have been impacted by just the image of fatherhood. May we be able to walk in that light like we need to. Appreciate y'all.
Let's give it a round of applause for the fathers so far. I want to give a special shout out to the DJ, Famous Nephew. He gonna have this thing going. Soon as we get finished, we know y'all want to get some more cocktails and things like that and get on to y'all weekend, but we here to celebrate. With no further ado, another creative artist that I want to come down so we can honor Kababi. Come on down, brother. Hey, yo, I just said that like that was kind of regular because she didn't give me the proper due. Y'all may not know, it's a pleasure to meet him, but he is like a world-renowned artist. And you know, a lot of people don't know that he's from St. Louis, but he been doing a lot. This is like St. Louis Basquiat times 10. You know what I'm saying? So give him his flowers while he up here. You know what I'm saying? I always see his work, but I never seen the face. You know what I'm saying? So give it up for Kababi, man.
Yeah, I too want to. I want to thank Dear Fathers for bringing us all out here. So 2012 started a project called 365 Days with Dad. I didn't know it was going to be a 2-year project, but I literally was painting an image of a black father and his children every single day. And that's my role. I'm a propagandist for our image. And if anything, I learned because as a dad, I had 3. My youngest just graduated high school. And, I'm painting these images. I'm getting all these emails from moms, daughters, wives. And as a human being, I'm reading all these great stories. And what we usually do is when I read that, I'm thinking about what I'm not doing. And so I'm holding all that emotion in while I'm painting it. And so, yes, the 365 Days of Dad was all about the image of black fatherhood and showing the examples that we show up every day. But I think what I really learned through that project is that we got to learn to be vulnerable, because I had to sit there and people were expecting me to finish in a year, and when I couldn't do that, I couldn't hide. I had to own it. But thinking about what Mastermind was saying and thinking about us as parents and as dads, the more we learn, the more we hear, our kids are suffering because they're not seeing from us that it's okay to be vulnerable and it's okay to hurt. So if you're mad, sad, whatever, let your kids see it and then let them see you grow through it, and so they have that example. So that's the one seed I want to leave for tonight.
Hey, yo, you ever met somebody you was a fan of their work, but you ain't know it was them? So y'all just witnessed me fan out right now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an art collector. If y'all didn't know, Kababi did this mural on the wall when you get off the elevator, that colorful wall. Kababi did that. You probably see his art all over the country. I can't afford his art, but now that I met him, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to ask for a favor, because his art pieces are like in a 6-figure range. So shout out to Kababi, y'all, for real. Y'all having a good night? Make some noise if y'all having a good night so far. All right, if y'all here to celebrate a dad tonight, make some noise one more time. All right, with no further ado, we're going to have my man Jermaine Todd come down, another black father we want to honor. See, I know these people, and then I don't know their brands, so this my guy. But I didn't know nothing about that. You ain't tell me about that. See, y'all got, hey, next time give me a better script, because you know what I mean? Hey, heavy hitters, there's a lot of heavy hitters in the building. Jermaine Todd, man, go ahead, man.
All right, what's up, everyone? Kind of in this vein of Strings said, I was a bit late getting here myself because fatherhood is a full-time thing. And so my daughter was at an architecture camp at KU for a week, and so we just barely made it here. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll skip picking her up and just show up here because I didn't want to be late, but then it was like, that doesn't make sense. So here we are. It's really about, in my opinion, fatherhood, about showing up, being there. Because for all the new fathers wondering, am I going to be a good dad? I feel like it comes naturally. And what I'm talking about is love. for your child, that's just a natural thing, all right? And so if you have that, you're already ahead of the game. So the rest of it is just showing up, being there all the time. Put it in the time. Funny story because, and this speaks to the love part. Funny story is before my daughter was born, I was one of those sleepers that kind of like spread out. Like my arms are everywhere, and I'd flip in the bed, just do crazy. And so my wife was kind of worried, and so was I. We're like, what are you gonna do when we have a child? Because when you have a baby, sometimes, you're sleeping in the same bed with the baby, because the mom wants to be close. And so we were worried that I was gonna knock the baby out of the bed. And so was I. And so, but what happened was and so I've been doing that my whole life, but I basically quit cold turkey that night. And to me, that's just what you'll do for your child, and it's just a natural thing. So I just want to say that to the new dads out there, it's just, don't worry about it. There's no real script. It's love and time. That's it.
Our next guest we want to have to come down is famous nephew. We want to honor him. Another father that we giving his flowers to. Famous nephew, come on down, brother. That's the one he gonna be spinning. He on the ones and twos tonight. One half of Mun and Mun. If y'all want to get those exclusive Letterman jackets, this the man right here is that season around the corner. My man.
What's up, everybody? But just like everybody else, to be a black father, it's a big cape to wear, you know what I'm saying? And every day you gotta put it on and do what you gotta do. And I'm gonna keep doing that, and thank everybody for coming out and supporting this event. And everybody here, everybody's looking beautiful and lovely. And let's enjoy the vibes and have a good time.
So for our next guest that we want to bring down, he's also one of our Dear Father honorees. He was recently the head coach of CBC. He won a couple national state championships with them. He now is going to be taking his talents to Australia. So Justin Tatum, who's also the father of St. Louis, Jason Tatum. Shout out to Justin Tatum. What up, baby?
Hello, everybody. Appreciate it, dear fathers, for having me. I'm very blessed to be up here, to be able to have an opportunity. Happy Father's Day to everybody, first of all. They would get quiet when I start talking. Had 15 people up here, and now they want to get quiet. Now, I'm a father of three, 2 boys and a girl, 25, 19, and 9. Hell of a gap. Everybody know me as probably for Jason Tatum, the Boston Celtics. He's an average player to me, but you could say superstar. All right. What fatherhood means to me is it's an opportunity to show your faults and make them perfect, because your kid's going to be able to chance the things that you did wrong, the things that you maybe not did right. You can implement that in your son and daughter in the best way you can. And what I've done for my sons and my daughters, be consistent. You can't be the richest person. You can't have you can't come from a family of wealth, but your kids want your time and your love. And you can have all the distractions as far as family members and things you go through, but what I learned was my kids have my time and my love. And so every day we talk or text or, just make sure that we acknowledge one another, and that's all I need. So I know that at the end of the day, that's what fatherhood means to me, is everything. So I'm blessed, and I know that all the fathers in here as well is blessed, and I appreciate the opportunity, dear fathers. Thank you very much, and happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yeah, give it up for Justin Tatum. So at this time, what we would like to do is, we've celebrated all the fathers. If y'all been counting, it's been 15, 14. One of them was here. He had to leave. He had a family emergency to be a dad, right? At this time, we want to bring Jesse up front.
So before we do that, Nitty gave us an amazing story as it relates to him being a father with his two beautiful daughters. So we want to recognize him as well, man, as being a wonderful dad and a hell of a role model for other brothers in the community. So I appreciate you as well, dog.
So I need to get my 2 minutes now. No, I'm just playing.
But now, before we get ready to wrap up, I do want to thank Big Brothers Big Sisters of Eastern Missouri for allowing us to be here and hosting us today. Their beautiful venue. But there is one thing that we need to talk about as it relates to that, and I'm going to let Rob Hughes come up and speak to that. Also a black father. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Dear fathers, thank you, man. It's been a pleasure to host you all today. If you all didn't know, you're sitting in the offices of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Our offices are on the 3rd and 2nd floor. The event spaces are on the rooftop in the 1st floor. So thank you all for coming out. All the fathers, give a round of applause for yourself, please. And for those who support them. I'm going to be brief. Fathers are necessary. Black men are necessary. Black men as fathers are necessary. I'm going to keep it very brief. We've been running a campaign called Black 365. Monday on Juneteenth will represent the 65th day. And we are asking for 300 male and female volunteers to be mentors to these black kids that need you in 65 days. On every chair, there is a card that looks like this, all right? It has a QR code. If you scan it with your phone, if it so moves you, please, 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 either yourself or pass this on to somebody else that you think will make a great mentor. Because we need you, our kids need you. Real talk, like for real. Man Up team, I thank you. Dear fathers, I thank you. Nitty, I thank you. Hey, to you beautiful black people in this room, keep doing what you're doing. Because we're dispelling myths right now. They don't know this is happening. And nobody I report to is in here. Listen, this space has been here for a long time. This hasn't been open to us. The resources are here. I took this position here because I know what the resources are. And I'm going to continue to pour into my community. All I ask is that you reciprocate that with love, response, and energy towards our youth, as you already feel, by being a mentor, okay? Thank y'all, man. Happy Father's Day.
With no further ado, we want to go ahead and bring the co-founder of Dear Fathers, Jesse Alex, up.
So again, I'm Jesse Alex, co-founder of Dear Fathers. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out. Again, born and raised in St. Louis, so to see this amount of love and support is super just humbling for me. A lot of people ask me like, oh, where are your kids at? You know, that type of thing. Ironically enough, I don't have any children yet. I started this platform actually because I grew up without my dad. And to make a long story short, the last time I had seen my father was when I was like 14 or 15 years old. I played basketball at Luther North. He came to one of my games. He left me a game. I never saw him after that. And just about 6 months ago, I reconnected with my father. And we're building a relationship, but kind of just I don't know, uncomfortable. He can't talk. He's paralyzed from the waist down. He has a speech impediment. So while this platform is impactful for me, is to hear from fathers like Nitty, fathers like, Justin Tatum, Brad, whoever came up here today, just to hear y'all stories is impactful for me, because these are things that, I kind of just, missed out on. And building this platform has been super just inspiring for me. And just like Joshua Johnson said, at a moment in my life, I was actually scared to have kids, just because of just different things in my mind in terms of trauma. But I'm actually at a point now where it's like I'm actually comfortable with the thought of that from building this platform. So once again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out. And before we go, I actually want to re-invite Brad Edwards and Lamar Johnson up to the stage, because I have a plaque I want to give them as Lamar, our other co-founder, and Brad, our community organizer. So if Brad and Lamar can come up, that would be great. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out, and thanks again. Thanks, Nitty.